119 and verse 19.
I am a sojourner in the earth. Do not hide your commandments from me.
You see that? I am a sojourner in this. I am a temporary dweller on this earth. And David said, hide not from me your commandments. Because how can you do the word of Father Yah if you don't understand it in the first place? That's why we ask for what? The understanding and the will to do the commandments. That is our share. Because if you know Ecclesiastes 12 verse 13, the duty of a man that is living on this earth is what? To fear Father Yah. Now, what is the reason why the fear comes first before doing the will of Father Yah? Because the commandment says, or the word says, the fear of Father Yah is the beginning of wisdom. We have no inkling how to do these things if Father Yah will not intervene. That's why we are different from those people outside of this sanctuary living on their own zones. Because none of them probably understand the same Father Yah gave us to understand His word. That's why it is written, to those who are wicked, they will live wickedly still. But to those who are living good, they will live better. The task is our hand, is at hand, should I say. Whatever we do with that word that you received today, it's on you. Because the word says whatever we do and whatever we say. Shlomo said, young man, do what you gotta do. Do all your might. Be joyful. Do whatever you want to do. But remember this. Judgment is coming. In Isaiah chapter 36 verse 4, Yeshayahu, Isaiah 36 verse 4, here's what it says.
The Rabshakeh then said to them, please say to Hezekiah, thus said the great sovereign, the sovereign of Ashur, what trust is this in which you trust?
Now, do you remember Rabshakeh? Rabshakeh is the spokesperson of King Sennacherib. And King Sennacherib is the king of the Assyrian Empire during their time. Now, we know that the Assyrian Empire is the first world empire. During this time, King Sennacherib already subdued the 10 tribes. And the only thing that is left is the 2 tribes, which is the tribe of Judah, headed by their king, Hezekiah. And Rabshakeh is telling Hezekiah, whom do you trust, Hezekiah, that you are not surrendering to the king of the Assyria? See? And sometimes we are going to ask ourselves, whom are we going to trust when enemy is surrounding us? The bills cannot be paid. Why? Because your finances are low. Your children are acting up. The school is no good report for them too. What are you going to do? Whom you will call to call your 911 emergency? You know, did we know that we have a direct red phone line to the Father at any given day, at any moment of time? Say it again, Pastor Blackwell.
You gotta pay for it.
And it is free. Why are we dangling ourselves to extend our arm to hold that phone and call Father Yah for an emergency? Why? Because we think we can do it for ourselves. That's why the word says there is a way in our eyes, in our thinking, that is right before our eyes, and yet we don't know that it is death at the end.
Yeah.
Rabshakeh said, tell Hezekiah, my king is coming. And we know the story. That Hezekiah called his people to pray to the only one who can help them in the time of their need. And we know the story. Father Yah heard their prayers. And you know how many angels that Father Yah sent to Hezekiah? Just one angel. And you know how many armies of Assyrian Empire killed by this angel for just one night? 185,000. Just for one night. And King Sennacherib goes back to Assyria and being killed by his own son. And that's the end of the Assyrian Empire. Because they think they can touch the anointed of Father Yah. Do you know the reason why it is written, don't touch my anointed? That's why the word was written in Isaiah 54 verse 17, there is no weapon that form against you that will prosper. I remember Apostle Isaac, he said, even if an atomic bomb will drop by that in the street, and everything will be vanished, and still we are standing still on this church. Because if Father Yah says you are not going to die, you will not die. That's why we don't put our trust to anybody nor anything except Him. He gave this life on us, and therefore He is the only one who we have the right to take it back. He's the only one. Because if that is the case, then if things can help a person to live longer than what we have been written to live on this earth, we are so at the bottom of the barrel because we have nothing to pay to extend our life. But I'm glad Father Yah is not like that. It is written for us to die. But the question is, what shall we do until that time for us to say, give back our spirit to Father Yah? Now, I will tell you a little biography of who Hezekiah is. Okay? Who is Hezekiah? Now remember, the only king that Father Yah extended his life for more 15 years? That's the only one. But who is Hezekiah? Hezekiah became the king of the two tribes when he was 25 years old. Yes, he do. And he became the king of the two tribes for just 29 years. But take a look at what Hezekiah did in his lifetime. And 2 Kings, here we go. 2 Kings, chapter 18. If you don't know this yet, actually I just learned it when I read this verse. 2 Kings, chapter 18, and starts with verse 5. Minister Shandon, read it. Kindly, please.
He put his trust in Almighty Yah, the Elohim of Israel. And after him was none like him among all the sovereigns of Judah, nor who were before him.
Hold on. Did you hear? Did you read what it was written? He trusted Father Yah that none before him or after him lived like him. Meaning even Hezekiah surpassed David as the good king. Because David is also the king of the Judah, of the two tribes, right? After Saul, it was David. And we know Hezekiah is, of course, one of the grandsons of David. But the difference with Hezekiah and David, David blinked in his faith when he sees that woman. But Hezekiah, you cannot find any flaws with Hezekiah. That's why when our father told Isaiah, tell Hezekiah is going to die with his sickness. It was written that Hezekiah will die that day. But when Isaiah told Hezekiah that he is going to die that day, Hezekiah faced the wall and said his prayer. He said, Father Yah, remember what I did to your great name's sake. Can we say that too? Yes, we can. If we can say and tell to our Father that we are doing our best to do what He asks us to do, we can also say, Father, Yah, remember what I did. You know, last night there's a brother who testifies that his brother-in-law about to kill him. Just a matter of feet away. The brother-in-law got drunk, hold a machete, and holding that this, and is about to give that swing to chop off that head. You know what the brother said? You cannot kill me because Father Yahweh is with me, and Yeshua HaMashiach is in me. You know what happened? After that word, that man just like somebody just throw him off. Boom. Just like that. And I said to myself, if we have that trust, because we know the word that if we speak the name of Father Yah, what the word says? You shall be saved. We don't know how the Spirit of Father Yah works in our lives. But that testimony just gave me a goosebump that says, I know Father Yah is true. That's why Hezekiah, Father Yah, he said, remember what I did for your great name's sake. Now, did Hezekiah say, I did it for myself? Did Hezekiah say he did it for the sake for his kingdom? No. Hezekiah said, for your great name's sake, Father Yah, I did all of this. That's why Father Yah said to Isaiah, go back to Hezekiah. Tell him he's going to live for 15 more years. How many times did Father Yah intervene in our lives just to have this day sealed? How many of us? How many times did Pastor Blackwell told us the story of Pastor Isaac's? The word says, I could have killed you, but did not. Remember that sermon? I don't know if it is Pastor Isaac who said that. I could have killed you, but I did not. It is true. If we are still here today, it is because of mercy. We know that every day, if we try traveling to those roads, accidents happen. Death happens. 100